I'm about to get to do one of my favorite things in all the world to do. And that is, of course, murdering people. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna unbox something. So in the mail, just dropped off a few minutes ago. I've been waiting all freaking day. It is 5:34 p.m. on October the 30th while I'm recording this. You'll be seeing this tomorrow. But what I have here in this special box here is my wife Jessie's next phone, the Google Pixel 5, one day after its US release. So the first thing we got to do is we got to get it out of the Amazon Prime box here. You know, I kind of thought that if you pre-order something like day one and their release date is the 29th, I kind of thought they'd get it to you on the 29th. Whatever, guess not. Look at that itty bitty tiny little box. Look at this box. It's over there now. Okay, so we have here the box on the Pixel 5. Obviously, it is a 5G phone. You got all the Gs you could ever want. I can't wait to see how many Mbps this extra G gets me over my Surface Duo. Here's a fun fact. You don't actually need a knife to open the Pixel 5 because you got these handy dandy little pull tabs here to just do that. That's great. You know, I probably need that box to put my trash in, right? Scaring the crap out of my dogs. Pull tabs have been pulled. So let's now switch to the magical overhead camera and we'll do the actual unboxing from here. So once you pulled your little tabby doos there, it should just slide right out of the box. And wow. So first glance at this thing is very strange. I don't know if I can possibly capture this on film, on camera here. But this thing looks so much more different than I thought it would. But it almost feels like marble. It looks like marble. It looks like a bathroom tile, maybe in the best way I could possibly mean that a phone looks like a bathroom tile. But it kind of looks like a bathroom tile, and it kind of feels like a bathroom tile. It feels solid. You've got your metallic power button on the side, your volume rocker on the back. Obviously, you've got your camera bump on the back there, which is actually pretty darn flush. So it's not really much of a bump at all, which I actually really appreciate. You've got a standard, I believe it's a 12 megapixel, and then I think it's a 16 megapixel wide angle, which isn't really all that wide, but whatever, it's wider than the other one. Let's get the peel going here. Quite a nice peel. Let's set the phone aside and see what else does in fact come in the box. One of those things, some books. You've got a charging cable, C-to-C charging brick, which I believe this is the 4th identical charging brick I have for this phone now. We'll see if Jessie wants to use it or if she intends on just wirelessly charging, because it does have wireless charging. And you've got one of those dudes that let you just sort of transfer your data from phone to phone. We may use that as well. I think that might be the 4th such device of that as well. You've got a SIM ejector tool. I'll add that to my pile of SIM ejector tools. And that's it, guys. It is a sparse unboxing. So I guess the first thing we need to do is let's turn it on. Maybe we'll get this thing set up and ready for the wife before she gets home from work. You can see it does have the hole punch in the corner for the front-facing camera. Quite small, not super distracting. I don't normally love that sort of thing, but you know, it's not too bad. Fingerprint scanner is on the rear of the device, which I actually do quite like. The little Google logo is metallic and shiny. I like the fingerprint scanner on the back because in a phone like this, I tend to hold it like this and boom, there's your fingerprint scanner. It's super easy and conveniently placed. For scale comparison, this is interesting. This is the Pixel 3 from a couple of years ago. And as I said in another video, they're identical in size. But where they're not identical is in screen size because you don't have the chin and the forehead like you do on the Pixel 3. The feeling of the material, I still can't quite get over. In fact, like it kind of, like if you rub it, it feels very, it's grippy. It's grippy. I wonder how it compares to the material on the Pixel 2. Let's go find out. So this is a Pixel 2 XL, and if you remember, it had, like on the Pixel 3, it was etched glass. It was really smooth, whereas the Pixel 2 was metal. You had the glass up top and then the metal down at the bottom. And it, it's very similar in terms of the tactility and the general feeling of it. And of course, since I've spent the last 3 months talking about the Surface Duo, I mean, I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't show a scale comparison to the Duo. So here's another thing you can do if you're a Duo owner. It's the exact same height, albeit it is quite a bit more narrow than the Surface Duo, surprising no one. So now we're going to do the fingerprint setup, and you'll see how quick that is. And boy, it is absolutely lightning fast. Wow, that is awesome. Under display fingerprint scanners are fine. They're cool, but that is really, really fast. And there we go. We are on our home screen, and it has gone ahead and it's going to sync up with her Pixel 3 that she's been using in preparation for this. The wallpaper looks nice. The screen looks pretty good. Let's pull up YouTube here and get an idea of how these speakers sound. The buttons on the side are pretty good. They're nice and clicky. Pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Today is Friday, October the 30th, one day before Halloween, and you know what that means. It's time for my next edition of my News Radar. One thing you're going to notice here is that you've got speakers on the bottom, but you do not have an obvious speaker up top. And what they're doing for that is they're actually vibrating the screen up top to create the other speaker, essentially. So when you're playing audio, you are getting stereo sound, but it's much louder coming from down here than it is from up here. You can hear it from up here, but it's not nearly as loud. And again, to unlock this thing, let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna touch it now. That's pretty darn good. And of course, it is using your standard Android gestures. This should be running Android 11. It does have that 90 hertz screen, which is not going to show up in this video because I'm not filming at 90 hertz, but it is absolutely buttery smooth. Take a look here at the camera. There's the standard, and I guess you just zoom out for the wide angle. And we'll take a look at the portrait mode here, the selfie camera, and let's fire off a portrait mode picture just to be safe. So looking at that first photo, the standard photo, and I mean, look, this is a Pixel camera. It looks very good. It looks very sharp. You're getting a nice focus fall off as we head back towards the Stream Deck. Clarity's good. Color reproduction is good. Looking at the wide angle version, I mean, that's, you're getting quite a bit more in the shot. The color profile seems to be virtually identical. Nothing weird going on there. Going to the front-facing shooter, details, fine. Nothing absolutely incredible, but I mean, it looks good enough. In fact, my face looks a little bit washed out, almost like I wonder if there is do we have some face smoothing going on there? Face retouching was on subtle. Let's turn that off. So let's go back and do that again. Okay, that is better detail. That looks more natural. That looks better to my eye. And the portrait mode is a Google Pixel portrait. It looks quite good. So yeah, early impressions here look pretty good. Obviously, it's got, set up to complete here. And, Jesse's going to be using as her daily driver from here on out. So we'll be talking about it in upcoming videos. Maybe it'll be a topic in the podcast, which we'll be recording probably on Sunday due to work schedules and so forth. So if you have any questions you'd like to have answered about this Pixel 5, please do go ahead and drop them in the comments, and we'll see what we can do on an upcoming video. But that was my unboxing and first early impressions of the Pixel 5. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends. If you enjoy my content, please consider becoming a Scary If Literal member. You'll get access to a whole bunch of emoticons to use with live streams and a shout out on an upcoming video. Thanks as always for your continued support.